sea, and it's on the Nordschleife, one of my favourite places to relax in Gran Turismo Sport, if there is such a thing. But I went in, no quali, no practice, behind the wheel, first shot behind the wheel for a couple of days, and this is what happened. Got a great replay. It's in the Group 3 cars this week. I haven't tried the other 2 daily races yet. I doubt I'll have as much fun on either of those than I will on this. Maybe race B. I'm not sure if I'm going to try race A this week. I hope everyone's safe and well and you're all doing your best to stay safe. Yeah. It's Wednesday already. PlayStation 5 comes out in this country, in the UK, tomorrow. So we'll see what kind of craziness happens then. So I'm starting the grid on 19th, no qualifying time, in the Group 3 Volkswagen Beetle with the pink pig Porsche livery. Now the computer thinks I'm going to finish third here, which is really flattering. And because I'm at the back of the grid, it takes a little while to start. This was just going to be a practice run, get on the wheel, see if I could stay on the track and not make any mistakes and not pick up any penalties. I managed to do some of those things, and some of them I didn't, but it's not as bad as you might think. I don't know what happened with our friend there in the green car, but it just sat right at the back. And my gears were all over the place at this point. So it's only a 2-lap race, it's hard tyres, there is tyre wear, there is fuel depletion, it doesn't make any difference. But love that livery on the pink pig Porsche as well. Well, on the Beetle obviously, because that's what I put it on. That was another one, I can't remember who I borrowed it from, but it was one of the people in the online community. I didn't create that one myself, and it's a tribute livery to an old Porsche that raced at Le Mans back sometime in my early childhood probably. But I've gone up a couple of places there just so people making mistakes. And this is still the Grand Prix part of the circuit. Nice and roomy and grippy. Nice smooth surface. Love the way the Beetle looks, especially with that livery on it. Obviously there's the Herbie livery, or there's a few different Herbie liveries kicking about for it as well. Should probably find one for a Porsche. So here we go, on to the green hill. Again, the lobbies aren't great at the moment, but I'm working my way through it. And there are a few issues racing on the Nordschleife in these lobbies. So the main objective here is to stay off the barriers, not doing what that guy just did. I think this guy was a little bit difficult to get past because I fluffed up my gear change when I went on the inside here. And the guy behind me got a bad connection, I think. He actually picks up a heck of a penalty, this guy. He's not the greatest driver. Went flying past me there. And almost went off the track. So I'm managing to keep a fairly safe distance from the car behind me, but he's got a penalty, so I'm not really worried about him. If he tries to muscle in, I'll just let him past. And at this point, I'm just enjoying the drive. I managed to get past that guy before he materialised. It's just such a great circuit to try and learn. It's been one of my main achievements on Gran Turismo Sport, really, is learning the Nordschleife. Oh, bad crash. This guy's really, really aggressive for the Nordschleife. It's way too aggressive. And he bins it. And the pink pig goes on. So we've gone from 19th to 15th. We're not quite at the halfway mark, I don't think. Still a lot of track to cover, distance-wise anyway, we're not halfway yet. So we're back to this guy. He's going to got a bigger penalty than he had before he overtook me on the outside and nearly binned it in the grass. So we'll see how he gets on here. And I'm closing the gap there. Not really got anywhere to go. And he's not really giving me anywhere to go at this point. I'm trying to get past him in the grass. He blocks me. So it's just a slipstream from here on in, and he just won't let me past, so there's very little I can actually do. Just keep the pressure on, hold back a little bit, wait for him to make another mistake. He's slow here as well, so I just have to maintain it, keep it on the track. Unfortunately, I've got the rather aggressive Ferrari behind me now. So I'm getting sandwiched here. And he's kind of all over the place there, so I try and send one up the inside. And we kind of had a go at each other there. He pushed me off the track and then we ghosted. But he stayed in front of me, just. Again, wiggling around all over the place. Bad connection or just blocking me, not sure. But I've got a penalty now for running into the back of him, because he was holding me up so much around some of these corners. So I just dropped back a little bit, and I know I'm going to have to take some pressure from the Ferrari behind me. And we'll just see what pans out in the rest of the lap. I'm really gutted that I got a penalty there at that point. So I was trying to have a totally clean race. So trying to put the pressure back on a little bit now. There's some really good corners around this end of the circuit. That's got a great run off there. I don't know the names of all the corners yet. So I don't know the names of many of the corners yet. But I'll get there eventually. That's going to be phase 3. I'm in phase 1 right now, just trying to get competent at driving the track and stay on it. The Skyline does look as though it could be a good car to try here, because it seems to have a power advantage. But the Beetle is a nice, easy car to control. Reacts well to gear changes and aggressive braking. It's quite stable. And that's the Kleine carousel, showing off one of the names that I know. And they have a massive crash in front of me, which is just perfect. I really needed that. So they're not going to catch me. They've got like a, what, 3-4 second penalties each. I've got the 1 second penalty here. I try and get into the right gear so I don't get held up too much. And back on the power. Now that he's got a penalty, they've got a penalty. So I'm looking pretty safe. Unfortunately, it's also looking like I'm not going to catch anyone else coming up to this section. The Beetle goes on. Hitting top end. And then hitting the brakes. Gradually slowing down to the pit complex. And back out into the Grand Prix circuit for the last time. So I think at this point the car behind me is chasing me down fairly consistently. It does start to apply pressure at one point. And I think I find myself, pretty sure I remember finding myself in a situation where he's getting frustrated by me holding him up as the tyres start to wear slightly. Oh, it's a Porsche, I think. So again, just trying to make sure there's no mistakes. Nearly hit the sand there. Could have been a bad one. I'm just trying to consistently take the best line, try and stay out to the edges of the track as much as possible. If you're wondering what the livery is supposed to represent, it's supposed to represent the lines on the carcass of a pig when it's getting ready to be slaughtered and what the different cuts of meat are. And that was on an old Porsche in, I think it was in 1970 something. Not sure, don't quote me on it. The same liveries available for the, was it the one of the 911s anyway. I'm noticing here that the tyres are starting to wear just a little bit. It's really just trying to stay in front of the car behind me. It's a little bit slow coming through there. So now sitting in 12th from 19th place start. I do a little bit too much braking there. And he starts to close the gap a little bit further. Together like this for the whole race online. So pleased with myself. Such a rewarding circuit. To go forwards as well, not just to survive, if you know what I mean, to actually go forwards, take a few places. So hopefully we can do a little bit of practice before the weekend and put in some qualifying and see where I can be on the grid. I think I can probably, with the lobbies I'm in just now, probably get in the top 8, maybe top 6 if I'm lucky. Maybe with a different car I can get a little bit further up the qualifying positions. So here I'm coming under pressure here. There's very little space for him to overtake. I'm just trying to take the right lines into the corners. Although I was a little bit in the middle of the road there. Yep, so he slips a little bit there. I think he's getting frustrated. Cut over the grass there. Has a bit of contact in the rear. Messed up my gear change. And I've tried to move over. And then obviously there's a bend coming. And there's a corner, tight corner here. There's a little bit of contact again. And a big bit of contact there. I don't know where he was going. He's got a 1 second penalty. I don't even know if a 1 second penalty is appropriate for that. He didn't hit me off the track, so... You know, but we've all got the same penalty system. We're all racing with the same rules. I'm trying to get every single mile an hour out of the car here at the moment because I think he's closing in on me just a little bit after getting a gap on him. And the car looks so good. Now I'm catching someone, so I think there was an accident in front of me. Or a mistake. And he's had a huge mistake. He's come over that corner, he's hit the grass with his outside rear tyre and just spun it completely, lost traction. So, minimal threat now. Going through the first carousel. When you start to learn the track, the two carousels are like the markings that you'll remember that split up the lap. And I just held that together there, so it's kind of a cool slide, but that was not intentional. I overcooked it going in. So again, trying to stay on it. I can kind of smell a little bit of challenge ahead. Smell blood a little bit. So time to get moving and see what I can make out of it. He's not far away. I think that was an Aston Martin. Yes, it was. So we've got a German in front driving the Aston Martin and the Scotsman behind him driving the Volkswagen. Oh, we see another penalty up in front. I'm really just so pleased with how close I stayed to the road on this performance here, and that's with the steering wheel. I'm really starting to get used to using it again very quickly. Almost overcooked it there. Just re-steadied myself here, got around this corner as quickly as possible. Not much I can do about the car in front directly. I think the car in front of him still has a penalty, so there's a chance here. I haven't picked up any penalties due to issues on track, apart from going into the rear of a car in the previous lap. So the final straight. We have had penalties, but I don't think it's brought anyone close enough to me. And there's not really a challenge from behind. There he is. Big Porsche. So as we come at the end of the race, it's just about carrying it home. Got plenty of room behind me. I can't catch the guys in front, so just take it easy. And that's the end of the race, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed my little practice race tonight. It was a great result for me. Went up 8 places. My driver rating's nearly back up to, in fact, 750 at the moment. So, gone up about 200 points from the end of the stream the last time. Anyway, stay safe and well, keep gaming, stay happy, everybody be cool to each other, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.